Today, we are focusing on the Individual Taxpayer Identification Number, or ITIN, as tested on the Enrolled Agent exam. An ITIN is a tax processing number issued by the Internal Revenue Service for certain resident and non-resident aliens, their spouses and dependents who cannot get a Social Security number. The exam will test your understanding of who needs one through scenarios. For instance, a non-resident alien with rental income from a U.S. property must file a tax return but is ineligible for an SSN. They require an ITIN. Another common example is a U.S. citizen married to a non-resident alien living abroad. To claim them as a dependent for any available tax benefits, the spouse needs an ITIN. The application is made using Form W-7. A critical exam point is that the Form W-7 is almost always submitted attached to the applicant's valid federal income tax return. The IRS will not process a W-7 by itself unless the applicant meets one of the very specific exceptions, which you should be familiar with. The documentation requirements are a favorite area for exam questions. Applicants must prove both their identity and their foreign status. The exam loves details, so know that only original documents or certified copies from the issuing agency are acceptable. A simple notarized copy is not sufficient and will be rejected. A classic exam trap. The only standalone document that proves both identity and foreign status is a valid passport. All other documents must be submitted in combination. To avoid mailing original documents, applicants can use a Certifying Acceptance Agent, or CAA. This is a key distinction tested on the exam. A CAA is authorized by the IRS to review and certify the applicant's documents, meaning the applicant can keep their passport. This is different from a regular acceptance agent who can help prepare the Form W-7 but lacks the authority to certify the documents. Another major area for testing is ITIN expiration. Remember this rule for the exam. An ITIN will expire if it is not used on a federal tax return for 3 consecutive tax years. For example, if an ITIN was not used on a tax return for 2021, 2022, or 2023, it expired on December 31, 2023. The holder must then submit a new Form W-7 to have it reinstated. Finally, the most important concept to master is the specific purpose of an ITIN. It is exclusively for federal tax reporting. The exam will present trick questions suggesting an ITIN can be used for other purposes. It does not authorize work in the U.S. It does not provide eligibility for Social Security benefits, and a taxpayer with an ITIN is not eligible for the Earned Income Tax Credit. To keep this straight, use this simple phrase: ITIN is for tax-in. It only gets you into the U.S. tax system. It is a number for tax administration, not an immigration status or work permit.